I've really been fascinated by the natural world. I was born in Europe, I lived in Canada, in South America, in the United States, in Romania, and now here. I would consider myself a Canadian first, and then probably Kyrgyz second. Yeah, so I moved here in, I think, July or August of 2009, so it's been a full 10 years since I've lived here. Well, it's a great place to live, especially for a biologist. I mean, the mountains that we have are just fantastic. I mean, the biodiversity is incredible. It's actually one of the biodiversity hotspots in the world, so there's some amazing stuff here that you can't find anywhere else. I used to have a job at the Smithsonian Museum in the United States in Washington, D.C. And so I decided to look at where I could use my talents in biology to make a difference. And I wanted to teach at a school somewhere outside of the West. And you know, following lots of different conversations with different schools, I chose to come to a small private school here in Bishkek. And after a few years of teaching there, I transitioned to working at AUCA. So what I'm usually doing is working for a not-for-profit organization called Plateau Perspectives. We do a lot of various different conservation-orientated things, one of which is a smartphone application that allows us to create field guides for collecting data. One of the new guides that we're producing is all about the plants in Kyrgyzstan. To be able to produce a good guide, we also need to have good information on the plants in Kyrgyzstan. The whole idea of self-directed learning is really important, because once you move on from school, you're not going to have a teacher spoon-feeding you anymore. You're going to have to be able to learn these things on your own and make those decisions and those connections using the skills that you've learned in university. I think technology is a really great tool that we have now. I've already mentioned that with, like, you know, a YouTube tutorial or something like that. But now we have, especially for biology and geography, these are two things that rely heavily on data. And we now have really great access to tools like GIS software and satellite imagery that's for free. You know, 20 years ago, you would have been paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these images that now we can download for free. And we can take our data and put it on there and have these amazing maps that can teach us so much about the world that we live in. So I think really integration of that kind of technology into what we're learning right now is really key.